Hello, this is Lynn for BNV and this is your very last Oscar predictions you're going to get before the show actually begins. Now, for Best Picture, it's a lot of people are saying it's going to be a toss-up between Avatar and The Hurt Locker. Now, I'm actually going to not exactly backtrack, but my belief is that The Hurt Locker will get the Best Picture nomination win, and Avatar will more likely get James Cameron a Best Director win because of the fact that many people have told me that when most people get the Best Picture, you usually have to have somebody nominated for Best Acting Ability. So in that case, they will more than likely give Avatar Best Director and give Best Film to Catherine Bigelow for The Hurt Locker. Another example of this was, I believe, the 1998 Oscars when Shakespeare in Love won for Best Picture, and who am I thinking of? Ha ha ha. Steven Spielberg won for Best Director. That is one of the most recent times I've seen within the last 20 years where the Best Picture was not also came from the Best Director. Now, of course, I've already made my nominate. I've already supported my man Jeff Bridges for leading actor in a role, even though I feel like there's still a chance for Colin Firth to take it. I believe that Jeff Bridges has basically steamboated that ship in, and he's going to take that nomination. Now, of course, for leading actress, which I have not made any predictions for, a lot of people are going with Sandra Bullock for The Blind Side because of the fact that she has gotten a pretty decent body of work. She's, as far as I can recall, she hasn't been nominated for an Oscar before, but other people have also said she's done a lot of great things, but mostly comedies. And as a fact, you don't regularly see comedies actually get nominated for Oscars or necessarily win an Oscar in acting. Helen Mirren in The Last Station, I really haven't heard anything about this film. I would say she would possibly be a possibility, even though the film is pretty obscure. There's always that chance. Meryl Streep has won already 2 Oscars under her belt. I did look that up today. And I believe one of her last ones was pretty recent. If I'm wrong, leave a comment. But also, it was that comment that when I watched CBS Sunday Morning today, there was that discussion of the fact that people don't really win for comedies, and Julie and Julia was a comedy. It might have just been a nomination to just give Meryl Streep another nomination. I love her to death. I would wish her well. And of course, I already mentioned my supporting actress is going to Monique. That is no question in my mind that I could go to anyone else. If you still haven't seen that film, go watch it. Now, for animated feature film, I believe that Up might get it because of the fact that it was also nominated for Best Feature Length Film. Now, also out of these, Coraline was a very, very fantastic film that could possibly pull it out from under Disney's noses. For Best Art Direction, more than likely that will go to Avatar because of the fact that, of course, it was nothing but dealing with art direction in that film a lot of the times because you're dealing with a lot of CGI and a lot of, basically it was pure art in that film as opposed to costuming. Now, it would also be nice, of course, to see another film go for it, but I have a feeling it will more likely take that category. Cinematography is up. There's a chance it could go to The Hurt Locker or Glorious Bastards. Avatar, I don't necessarily know because of the fact that a lot of it is CGI'd in. So, of course, basically you're filming green screen and then you're putting things back in later. It could possibly take a lot of the technical categories because of its innovative style. So, 10 to 1, Avatar might actually take this award. Costume design, there's not much you can say about costume design with anything. no one's really there are people who are paying attention. There are very good art students, there are very good costumers who are paying attention. From my guess, it could possibly go to either Young Victoria or Nine. Young Victoria is a period piece. You often see the period pieces get a lot of the costume design awards. And Nine was also, of course, it was a musical. There were lots of costumes going into that. And other than that, there's not much else I can say because I know not many other people would know many of the other categories. If anything, film editing is, again, a lot of the technical stuff is probably going to go to Avatar, but our main ones that we're looking at is, I believe that best feature length film is going to go to Hurt Locker, because best directing is going to go to Avatar, because of the fact that, again, I've a lot of people have said that usually people who won Best Picture have to have a combination of people nominated for acting categories as well as people nominated for Best Director. If you don't really have any warrant for Best Acting, it's not exactly reasonable to believe that someone could get Best all around picture, because of course then people are saying, well, we didn't believe really in the acting, but we're going to think it's a fantastic picture. Other than that, I didn't mention the best supporting actor. I forgot to mention that one. I know it's been going, it seems like it's continuously going towards Christoph Waltz for Inglorious Bastards, because he's gotten most of the awards, sweeping the majority of all of the award ceremonies in recent times. So, you know, I might be wrong, and I'm only going to be proven in a very short time. So, I really hope everybody enjoys watching the Oscars.